Few true love stories have as much of an influence on popular culture as that of Carolyn Bessette and John F. Kennedy Jr. Starting in 1992 with quite a few early splits, their relationship had the kind of social appeal that even the most successful publicists couldn't produce. It lasted until their tragic deaths in an aircraft crash in 1999. The world is still curious about the incredibly private couple that ruled 90s culture, even 25 years after their passing. But behind closed doors, friends knew that Carolyn and John were developing a real kind of intimacy, beyond the playful banter and antics with friends and family. They would spend long evenings confiding profound moments from their lives in New York City. If you're interested in tracing the classic places and momentums that defined John and Carolyn Bessette-Kennedy's legacy and their last home, here's where we will guide you today. What was the place they could sit for hours and talk things out? Did they love to visit public restaurants and cafeterias? Was it easy for Carolyn to stay on the cameras? Watch until the end as we pay tribute to one of the most amazing couples. We are getting started. Spot number 1. NYC, home at 20 North Moore Street. Naturally, we are starting our journey with the hotspot, 20 North Moore Street between Varick and Houston Streets, where Kennedys lived prior to the tragic plane crash. The building is also where mourners gathered to place flowers, candles, and photos after the couple, along with Bessette-Kennedy's older sister, Lauren. Here is their former residence, an old warehouse-style apartment that Carolyn and her friends called the Home Depot. It was really not suitable for the most famous couple in the world. There was no back door, there was no doorman, and there was a linoleum lobby. So to get in and out of her apartment every day, she had to go through this phalanx of paparazzi. The power couple moved into the apartment a year before their 1996 September wedding and lived there until 1999. It should come as no surprise that the couple chose to get married in the most private setting possible, an African Baptist church on Cumberland Island, which is a part of an isolated archipelago off the coast of Georgia. Ironically, though, this event solidified Bessette-Kennedy's reputation for fashion. Wearing a pearl-white silk crepe sheath dress with a cowl neck décolletage created by Narciso Rodriguez, a then unknown Calvin Klein designer, was an unusual wedding dress choice at the time. The addition of opera gloves and a silk tulle veil were nods to history. Days and nights passed in New York City as Carolyn and John Jr. emerged as the city's most stylish couple, going to social gatherings and leading a life in Manhattan's upscale Tribeca neighborhood at their loft apartment. To some extent, strict yet embracing loft graced its guests and home dwellers with barrel-vaulted ceilings with skylights that increased the vitality of the space. The sought-after Tribeca abode has engaging north, south, east, and west views from huge tilt and turn and classic windows. Rare photos were seen in 1998, when John was celebrating his birthday with Carolyn, in the kitchen, hugging Marta Scubin, John's nanny, and in the living area with their dog, Friday, in the red sweater. An interesting fact is that Besette's sister Lauren moved to an apartment nearby at 17 White Street in 1998, where Carolyn would often seek refuge from the paparazzi. They often frequented the Bar Walkers, which was steps away from their apartment entrance and is still open today. Carolyn wasn't offended by going public, but yet searched for a hideaway. In 2019, a renovated fourth-floor unit in the Tribeca building, where the late couple lived for 3 years, has hit the market for $3.97 million. Now, the refurbished apartment boasts a large living room with oversized windows, columns, and high ceilings, 3 bedrooms, a chic kitchen, and a master suite with a spa-like ensuite bathroom. Spot number 2. The Odeon restaurant. Since its debut in 1980, this iconic New York establishment has been a favorite among artists such as Andy Warhol and Jean-Michel Basquiat. It is even recognized for having invented the cosmopolitan cocktail. John Jr. had been trying to get back together with Carolyn during the early summer of 1994. John finally turned up one evening as Carolyn was preparing a private event for Calvin Klein at the Odeon. He was about to be turned away at the door when Carolyn stepped in, and they talked for the remainder of the evening, since their relationship was going steadily by the end of the summer. Spot number 3. Saks Fifth Avenue. Saks Fifth Avenue would be frequented by any female married to the Prince of New York. The building is a luxury department store with a long and storied history. Founded in 1924 by Horace Saks and Bernard Gimbel, Saks Fifth Avenue quickly established itself as a premier destination for high-end fashion and luxury goods. It is known that Carolyn spent an afternoon on Friday, July 16, 1999, at Saks, looking for a dress to wear to Rory Kennedy's wedding the following day. After perusing the designer collections in the third-floor boutiques, she discovered a short, $1,640 black dress by Yves Saint Laurent that fit her renownedly minimalist style. Spot number 4. Calvin Klein Corporate Headquarters. Carolyn Bessette was inarguably a trendsetter during her life. From her effortless downtown ensembles of long skirts, snug white tees, and Chuck Taylors that turned heads during her days in sales and PR at Calvin Klein, to her impeccable Narciso Rodriguez silk crepe wedding dress, to the parade of flawless monochromatic looks she chose for events once she was the toast of society with John. And it was for a certain reason. Besette was a personal shopper for celebrities like Diane Sawyer and Annette Bening, making her the quintessential fashion PR girl. She eventually worked as Calvin Klein's personal assistant, greatly impacting his choice to employ Kate Moss in his advertising campaigns. Situated at 205 West 39th Street, between 7th and 8th Avenue, Calvin Klein headquarters can be a fairly good spot to revive memories about Carolyn's early life and her stage in fashion society. Spot number 5. Tribeca Grill. In 1990, Drew Nieporent and Robert De Niro launched this bar a few steps from John and Carolyn's apartment on North Moore Street. The abstract expressionist paintings of Robert Sr., De Niro's artist father, adorn the walls. Located in the trendy Tribeca neighborhood, the restaurant offers a diverse menu of American cuisine with a focus on locally sourced ingredients and seasonal flavors. The upscale yet approachable atmosphere makes it a popular spot for both locals and tourists alike. One of the unique aspects of Tribeca Grill is its extensive wine list, curated by renowned sommelier David Gordon. The restaurant boasts over 2,000 different selections, including rare and hard-to-find bottles from around the world. On November 25, 1995, John and Carolyn celebrated John's 35th birthday here. The vision of Robert De Niro and Drew Nieporent to create a unique and upscale dining experience has truly paid off, and the restaurant continues to attract a loyal following of patrons. Spot number 6. Ralph Lauren's store. Early on in her relationship with John, she was referred to as a fashion icon, and the gossip columns appeared to follow the Calvin Klein PR everywhere she went shopping. One of her favorite shops, Madison Avenue, is home to Polo Ralph Lauren. The apparel company's head of public relations at the time was Hamilton South, one of Carolyn's closest friends, and she was frequently pictured wearing the brand. In addition to its extensive selection of clothing and accessories, the Ralph Lauren store on Madison Avenue also offers personalized services to cater to the needs of its discerning clientele. Customers can work with knowledgeable stylists to create custom looks or receive expert advice on wardrobe selection. The store's attentive staff ensures that every visitor receives a VIP shopping experience, making them feel pampered and valued. And here comes the natural spot one can slowly enjoy. Spot number 7. Central Park. John reportedly cherished New York City's obscurity. Carolyn and John continued to spend the majority of their leisure time together. He took her to Central Park on the weekends to play touch football with Richard Weese and Rob Littell, two of his college pals. As Wise recalled, one of the things that stood out about Carolyn was her ability to treat John like any other man on the street. And that was an amazing time. Even though John was frequently seen riding his bike, he usually went for long walks around Central Park. Media always acknowledged him, as he had always been a generous public figure since he rode his bike or rollerbladed around town without pressure, dated celebrities like Madonna and Daryl, and welcomed publicity as a part of his life. Friday, John and Carolyn's dog was their best companion. The couple had the unique chance to enjoy a respectable amount of privacy while walking their dog in one of the city's most popular public areas, taking a big round circle in Central Park. Spot number 8. Carolyn Bessette Residence. 112 Waverly Place, between MacDougal Street and 6th Avenue, is the place Carolyn lived in this restored 200-year-old carriage house before moving in with John Jr. in 1995. It was becoming evident that Carolyn's life would be more significantly impacted by dating John, both in terms of her daily private life and public perception. The paparazzi had found her lovely bohemian address, and they were always camped out in front of it, so Carolyn could not stay there anymore. Kate Moss lived in another unit in the building at the exact same time. There's a courtyard around the back, and apparently Johnny Depp and Moss kept the company in a secret rear house, away from the paparazzi. JFK Jr. and Carolyn indeed had a deep love for New York City and its many attractions. From dining at upscale restaurants to exploring art galleries and museums to taking a cozy walk with their dog, they had a keen appreciation for the cultural and culinary offerings of the city. And no matter what, they will always be remembered as a glamorous couple whose lives were taken too soon. Now, after watching this video, we wonder what place in New York you love the most. Are you the type of person to visit places inhabited by celebrities or famous people? Would you by chance take a random tour around the spots we just talked about? Write down your comments below and give us more ideas for our next episodes. Don't forget to subscribe for upcoming content about famous houses, castles, and places of interest. See you next time.